American Fumble Crime is a documentary-style television series that explores the real-life pain, struggles, triumphs, and failures of athletes, young and old.
Our first story, RJ. RJ is a prime example of what this show is all about. He had the world, but yet he lost it because of what? We'll show you why he lost it. It's a great example.
I went to Miami for 10 weeks in rehab. Got married, came back home. The NFL, well, my coach called me and told me we were going to play on Monday night against Brett Favre. I said, what a fucking way to come back, RJ. And he said, my coach said, we're gonna base it off of how you practice if you're gonna play on Monday night. He seen me the first 2 plays of practice. Now, I did 10 weeks in Miami in a halfway house, not work out a day, nothing. I came back, the first day I caught the ball, he said, you're playing on Monday. So I'm like, I'm hyped, nigga. So Monday night comes, I'm sitting there, I got my tights on like that. I'm like, I'm about to kill. Got my headphones on, and I see my coach walking up to me with his head down, shaking. He said, you're not gonna play today. He said, you can't play. He said that the roster, we don't have enough room for you on the roster. That was like 4 hours before the game. So what I did was, I went in, I got dressed, put on my brand new outfit, got in my Benz, got a police escort to the liquor store, bought 2 fifths of Hennessy and drank on the sideline the whole game and called Brett Favre every fucking cheesehead in the world. And I've never played football again.
In Las Vegas, it's pretty easy to meet girls and trade numbers. Corey Thomas, a resident and a computer whiz, the owner of the Web Squad, a multi-million-dollar tech company, finessed his way to a high roller status. He began trading numbers with tens, in particular, porn star Christy Mack. He was out of his league, but whatever Christy was serving, he consumed. Corey was warned not to fly too close to the sun, or you will get burned. The self-indulging Christy Mack liked big things. She also liked enveloping herself amongst snakes. She had them as pets. She had them as boyfriends.
So then the door opened to the room, and the lights came on, and the defendant was standing there looking at me.
John starts screaming, what's going on here? What's going on here? And then jumps on the bed and starts attacking Corey.
And he started pounding me in the face, just laying down, hitting my face.
Battered Corey Thomas tapped out. However, what he didn't know, he was only the undercard. After Corey Thomas left, Christy Mack was beaten beyond recognition.
At one point, he had kicked me so hard in my side that it ruptured my liver. I couldn't catch my breath. I started convulsing. At that point, I felt like I was going to die.
Former UFC and MMA fighter War Machine was found guilty on 29 charges and serving 30 years to life. Drug testing hits its stride in 1983 at the 9th Pan American Games. Track and field triple jumper Mike Marlowe earned his illustrious place on Team USA. August 1983. He traveled with the team to Caracas, Venezuela, a prelude to the 1984 Olympics. Before heading back to the Pan Am Games, the American team spent a week in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Because we stayed in Fort Lauderdale for about a week practicing everything together. So I got it there, and I did it all while I was there at Fort Lauderdale. By the time the night, I finished it all because we were going to leave in the morning to go to Venezuela. And then we went on to Venezuela.
Not long after arriving in Caracas, Venezuela, athletes were plagued with skepticism.
We got all settled in, and then one night they said, okay, these are the new banned drugs that they have, and they read off a list. It says, if there's anybody that has a problem with this, we set up a flight for the people that don't want a drug test. They were giving us a way out, that don't want a drug test to get out of here. And they did. I took a testosterone shot at 12 of us. They called it the Dirty Dozen, and that's how we left.
I be going in and doing big things. Got a whole team, got a big gang.
The University of Auburn senior and collegiate all-star Antonio Goodwin could have spent his early 20s playing professional football. One day, rather than catching passes, the highly ranked wide receiver caught a case. He's now spending the best years of his life behind bars.
I'm News 9's Elizabeth White standing outside the Lee County Justice Center where Antonio Goodwin is on trial for armed robbery.
When you get so high, you can't think straight. Former college football player Antonio Goodwin and former teammates Sean Kitchen, Mike McNeil, and Dakota Mosley were watching television and smoking spice, a synthetic marijuana. They were high, yet they still wanted more spice. They know where to get it. That night, they broke into a residence in the Conway Acres mobile home park and robbed 5 college students at gunpoint. Antonio Goodwin was convicted of first-degree robbery. First-degree robbery is a class felony. He's now serving 15 years in prison. A foolish mistake and a high price to pay, the act of stealing a synthetic drug got Antonio Goodwin real time. American Fumble Crime will detail the heart-wrenching, head-scratching, often inspiring stories in and around the world of athletes. They sit with us in a box seat and review play-by-play of when and how they fumbled